I was beefing with rappers every week for you guys. You lot were like, yeah, Zeze's for us. One thing that you don't like. Now all of a sudden, I hate black women.
We put ourselves on the firing line regularly for a community that will just stab you in the back.
Gen Z are just wild. They are on crud. They want to tear down anything that doesn't agree with them.
Just out your clout into clout. In a comment section, tearing something down.
This is the Plus 44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What was that all about?
I'm Sideman.
Music,
culture,
UK. This is Plus 44 from Amazon Music.
Dave has decided to gift a fan a Rolex. I wish he gave that to you so that we could get rid of that one thing on your wrist.
You can let some of them go because I let 90% of mine go.
Why would you do that?
Because all of mine are going to get me cancelled. But back to the Dave thing. It's fun to do stuff like that. It's a nice gesture.
I do like Dave. I
think the best way in terms of public perception is for you to be charitable in a very hands-off way. Because the second you put your mouth to the press, the most ridicule I've received is for things that I've done that I think were good things for the community.
Like what? Clubhouse.
For women. Like, I don't know.
Right.
When you have a very hands-off approach to your charitableness, then
so it's just like, I give it to you, goodbye.
Yeah. People praised him for doing this, you know. I guarantee if he did this every week, people would have something to say about it.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta pop in. No, you don't gotta. I feel like doing the right thing is you don't always get thanks for it. And that's not just me. I think that same thing with you. We put ourselves on the firing line. Whether people rate some of the things that we say or not is good for the community. And we put ourselves on the firing line regularly for a community that will just stab you in the back. If we was doing it for the community's thanks, we would allow it time ago.
I realised that when I would say stuff and then black women would say, I hate them. I was beefing with rappers every week for you guys, literally talking about colorism. And now because I've said one thing that you don't like, now all of a sudden I hate black women and I want to be validated by black men. And I'm just like, wait a minute. When I was coming for the rappers and saying, where's the representation? You lot were like, yeah, Zeze's for us. But because now I've said one thing that you don't agree with.
With the extreme comments. This is why I come off Clubhouse, because I went in the Clubhouse room the other day. I just randomly peeked into a Clubhouse room the other day. One of the guys from Love Island, he said he don't like forearm hair and a girl in it.
Yeah.
The girl was like, him saying he didn't have like forearm hair was like giving me real pedophile vibes. And I was like, whoa.
I know.
That's strong.
Do you know who that is? Gen Z. Yeah. And like, especially the lower end, they are on crud. They want to tear down anything that doesn't agree with them. And it's all good and well when it's on your side, but this world that you're creating, when it turns, so now you're happy, like, even people like Trump and all that, I don't agree necessarily with everything he says, or I don't agree with him. However, I don't know if I agree with him being deplatformed. Wait, hear me out. The reason why, we're happy for him because we don't agree with him, but what happens because when there's a shift in the world.
Like, we didn't like when Wiley got deplatformed.
Exactly. You can't say anything. If you do, you're going to get cancelled. You talk about any community, they don't agree with you, goodbye, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Imagine a Carla said something that in 5 years' time, that is seen as wrong, and they deplatform a Carla. We'd all be like, what? But you said that was okay when the masses didn't agree. And that's my problem right now. Just because you don't agree with the masses doesn't mean you should be
it's like Trump was never president. That man is gone.
I don't even know how he got in the White House, because the way, like you said, the way they're treating him now is like, you know,
sewer rat.
Basically. So Love Island's Danny Bibby apologized from inside the villa for his past use of the N-word. I know people's like, oh, he should have been chucked out of the house, but I don't agree with that because he didn't do it in the house. They were comparing, like Sharif was comparing when he got chucked out of the house to this. If he said it in the house, then I think he should have been chucked out.
Let's say I agree with that.
Go on.
Enough people don't agree. That's not what they wanted.
What they want him out. Okay, but then it goes back to what I was just saying now.
They should have kicked him out.
No, why? Business-wise, why? Do you realise that we make up 3% of this population?
We do make up 3% of the population.
Right.
We make up 70% of cool.
They are still going to get very good ratings.
That's very true.
So it's not business.
If you think we don't have an impact, you best believe that we do.
We'll make up all this noise, but we're going to tune in and we're, like you said, I agree, we're going to make it pop on Twitter, but if we really cared, we wouldn't watch it.
Having him apologize from the villa made people more vexed. It'd have been better if they just never said nothing at all.
But the reason why these companies do not care is because there's no repercussion.
This show is a massive show that's a part of people's lives. So you're not going to see the effects of that in year One, it's only a matter of time before white people start to co-opt our opinion because they don't want to be seen as somebody that is not in alignment with us.
But then we would have to lead the way. We would have to lead the way. No, we don't, because we all tune in. If we cared, listen, I get really annoyed with this type of thing because black people, we do this all the time, but where's the action? Where's the action? You're upset that there's a guy in there that used the N-word. Okay, well, let's not tune in then. We're not tweeting, forget the hashtag, and let's see what really happens. Instead, we said we didn't like the N-word and we all watched it and was like, oh yeah, he's on smoke.
But that's the point that I'm making. I think it's possible that we could be bubbling up towards let's not watch it day.
We care in that moment because it's trending online and let's all get involved and be like, oh yeah, but we're gonna go and watch it.
Here's what I think. I think the fact that they addressed it says something about our power. They didn't do fully what the community wanted, but I didn't expect, when I heard that they addressed it, I said, they do hear us.
Yeah, but they've been hearing us from H&M when we all got upset about the monkey.
No, but that's one thing.
No, it's the same thing. Every time black people have been upset with something, Louis Vuitton, H&M, Gucci, what do? They just put an apology out and that's it. And then we're happy. It's a race issue. They would be dumb not to. In the last year when we'd be doing black squares, they would be dumb not to. Are you right? Squares. A whole big organisation. They had to do that. A little bit of, we put a pressure on. That's because they're smart and they think, if we don't do this, the black people have been going ham recently, not because they actually care. And if we cared, we'd stop watching it, but we don't. We just like to do fake outrage for 24 hours.
I wasn't super outraged by the Danny thing, but as I said, it's not about my individual outrage. If enough of us are outraged about something, then you need to address that, which they did in a way. For me this week, it was the footballers. I loved Sterling posting a picture on a jet.
Did you?
Yes. Big alpha energy. I'm still rich and success. Let's not get confused.
Flexing on you.
Dry your eyes, people. And then Marcus Rashford constructed a beautiful tweet about an article he's got intel that was gonna come out about him, saying how he's benefited from working with commercial brands. And then he said, this is me paraphrasing what he said. He was like, I've been working with commercial brands on deals where majority of the fee goes to helping the community. They've had to have specific mandates in place where they are doing stuff to either feed the kids or making sure kids have books. Then went on to list how much kids he's fed through these programs and Then went on to say after that, I am an international football player known the world over for a sport that is the biggest sport on planet Earth. I think I need to work with any brand. I'm rich forever. They'll never believe that you do some of the things that you do out of the kindness of your heart. They'll always think it's an agenda. And it's like, money didn't stop me from being a person.
Yeah.
It's like success or notoriety didn't stop me from being a human being. It's not all about clout. I would argue that it's more about clout for the people in the comment section than it is for us, because you are literally doing what you're doing for clout only. Let's say I do something for clout, right? I might do something for clout for the money that I'm considering might feed my family and my friends and those around me and continue to help me to live a stable lifestyle and build a foundation for future generations in my family and my bloodline. You're just out here clout into clout in a comment section, tearing something down. This is a society of breakers and not builders. They don't know what they want to see.
They're just out here ready to just like
tear it down.
Literally
shut it down.
Yeah, like no conversation, no like, how can we like you educate me? Okay, we have a difference here, but how does that work?
They are so distrusting of establishments. The second they see you start to build a building, they think by the virtue of a building being a building, it's innately wrong. Wait, there's a structure over there. That means there's corruption. That means something's wrong.
But this is the thing about social media. Everyone wants to go on social media like they are really for like everyone being equal. But I saw a tweet one time, right? And some person had been tipped like £10,000. It was ridiculous. Like it was a ridiculous amount of money, right? And they were like, it's going to be split amongst all the workers that work at the restaurant. I kid you not. 95% of the quoted tweets were like, why?
People take up their mouth every single day and waste time tearing down the people that they feel like aren't doing the things that they're supposed to do, rather than building up the people that are.
when people come and say this person should this, they're self-made, right? It's the government's job to delegate the whatever, to make sure the work, whoever is, why should it just be somebody that's self-made because they've got loads of money? And when I saw that and everyone was like, I wouldn't give them, why should I worked that shift. The other people that weren't there, they don't deserve any of that £10,000. And I was like, oh yeah, you lot really want to go on like you're for the people. But when you get your own little money, you're not going to be for the people.
Stream the +44 playlist on Amazon Music or ask Alexa, play the +44 podcast.